Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. Welcome to another Q&A. I think this is like the third Q&A that I've done. I don't do these a lot because I feel like a lot of you guys are subscribed for the Overwatch content, not really to learn more about me, but I figured, hey, I'm on vacation. I want to make some videos for you guys, and this would be the perfect video. And also, I hit 100k, so I guess this could be like the 100k Q&A video, even though the face reveal was more or less the Q&A. Let's just get on with the questions. You don't want to hear an intro. And the first question that I can't find a specific comment on because it seemed like everyone asked this, especially on my 100k face reveal video, is are you going to be doing a face cam? Where's the face cam? Will you be doing face cam for your funny moments series or your loot box opening videos? And the quick answer to that question is no. I won't be doing a face cam at least anytime soon on my Overwatch videos, and it's all because I feel like it takes away from the gameplay aspect. And yes, you could say like maybe for the loot box opening videos where there's not a lot of gameplay happening, that way it can enhance the reaction parts, and maybe for the loot box opening videos, but definitely not anytime soon because I'm just so used to not having a face cam that it would be very weird and kind of awkward if I were just to randomly have a face cam now just because I did a face reveal. It's not because I'm really self-conscious, it's just I don't want to, man. That's just simply it. I don't want to have a face cam. But now let's move on to specific questions that you guys had for me. I took a lot of questions from Twitter and a few YouTube comments, but I'm a lot more active on Twitter because I can go on the go. Even though I don't go outside, I'm more or less just go from my desk to my bed. But I can go on Twitter on my phone and be a lot more interactive with you guys. So if you guys want to follow me, you totally can. And yes, this was my cheap attempt of trying to get you guys to follow me. The first question asks, why did my father leave me? But I never left. I'm just kidding. I'm not your father. Don't call me father or dad because more than likely I'm a whole lot younger than most of you guys watching. This next question comes from Tyler and they ask, favorite Overwatch League team other than Houston? So if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Houston Outlaws fan. That's just because they're under the Optic Gaming organization. I've been following Optic Gaming ever since 2011. So obviously they're my day one. But my new favorite Overwatch League team has got to be the Spark. So even though I'm not from China, I have no affiliation with China or even the professional team there, I love their colors. And yes, that is the only reason why I like this team. The pink and the blue looking like cotton candy, looking like bubblegum. Oh my god, it is so beautiful. So yes, I'm gonna get the May skin for that team. Yes, I'm gonna get a jersey with my name on the back just because the colors look beautiful. My second favorite color is pink, my first being yellow, so obviously I'm loving the team colors. It's just so different, man. You don't ever see professional gaming organizations having pink as their main color. This next question comes from YouTube and they ask, can you elaborate on how your toxic relationship was and how it affected you? So while I won't talk about my toxic relationship directly on this video, that would be an excellent topic for my old series Girls Are Whack. But as you guys know, I haven't been doing that series because a long time ago, before Overwatch took off, I would always have that series take place on Friday, where I'd either tell a story of my past relationship or help you guys out with girls, give you girl advice, because it could be very troubling at times. It could be very hard whenever it comes to girls or relationships. But once Overwatch took off, I pushed that series to the side because it seemed like people were subscribing for Overwatch content and not really to see, you know, my past relationships or to hear me give advice about girls. But for the longest time, I've been thinking about bringing that series back. So my question to you guys, and I'll actually have a poll just to kind of gauge how interested you would be in me bringing that series back. So if you guys could vote in the top right hand corner, not for a skin top 5 series, but if you would actually be interested in possibly every single Friday, I'd bring a relationship advice video. Not just a girl video because I would want it to be open to all genders, but if you would generally be interested in me just talking about my past relationships, my past toxic relationships, or maybe my current relationship that I have right now. Wait, what? This next question comes from Peachy on Twitter and they ask, what about May made you want to main her? What drew you to her? So even though I already made a video talk about why I chose to be a May main, which by the way, I am a May main. Yes, you can click off the video if you hate me already, but I realize not a lot of people have seen that video because they just now recently subscribed. So I'll try to link that video down in the description below so you can get a more in-depth look on why I chose to be a May main because there's actually a story behind it. But basically, in short, it was all a cosplayer. She inspired me because, well, she cosplayed as May, and while I won't mention her directly because she's actually a terrible person in the cosplay community, not because of her cosplays, but just because of how she is, that's how it was. And I really chose to be a Mei main once I actually got featured on Stylos' channel because I want to be better at Mei. I found it just to be fun, and I feel like that's how you become a main for any heroes, that you love playing that hero. And I love playing Mei, and I like to think I'm somewhat good with her. This next question comes from YouTube, and they ask, have you considered doing other content besides Overwatch? And no, I don't think about posting Fortnite, posting Minecraft, GTA, Rainbow Six, or any of that kind of stuff, because you subscribe for Overwatch. It would seem so random if one day I post a video talking about Ash tips, and then tomorrow I talk about how to change your aim settings on Fortnite. It just doesn't make sense. As terms of other content in the future, I don't plan on it, but I do kind of plan on maybe doing a Let's Play channel where I can play things like the Smash Bros. Ultimate game or the new Pokemon game, or just other kind of video games other than Overwatch for the people that are interested in other content featuring me, but just on a separate channel. So it's a good question because, you know, I do want to bring up the idea of a possible Let's Play channel, but also keep you guys knowing that, no, I won't be switching up my content anytime soon. Overwatch will be the main gig here for a very long time. This next question comes from I'm Just There on Twitter, and they ask, what do you think of my doggo? Oh, it's so cute! Another question comes from Ash on Twitter, and they ask, if Mei wasn't in the game, who would you main? So, if Mei got deleted, which I would not be surprised because out of all the heroes, I think most people would want Mei deleted, but I definitely main D.Va. In fact, I already do main her right now. A long time ago, I didn't know how to play tanks, and I refused to learn tanks because, well, I'm so good at Soldier, Mei, and Zen, why do I need to learn a tank? And then I realized, you need to learn a tank if you want to climb the ranks. So, of course, I tried to pick one of my favorite tanks to play. Wasn't good as Ryan, was terrible at Zarya, but D.Va was cute, and I haven't had any bad blood with D.Va, so let me learn D.Va. And, of course, I fell in love with her because, one, she was easier to learn, very hard to master, but it was that learning curve that made me want to get better with D.Va and made me really attracted to her. It's kind of similar like how Mei was, how I want to get better at Mei, same thing with D.Va. And here we are a few months later. Now I'm a lot better with tanks, but D.Va is probably my best tank ever because I actually know how to use her. This next question comes from Versace on Twitter, and they ask, why do you still play console rather than PC? Is there a specific reason, or is it just what you prefer? And that's basically it. It's just what I prefer. It's what I've been playing for the past 10 years. I've been playing with a controller for so long. Now, it's not like I'm totally incompetent when I play PC. I mean, you see my PTR gameplay. I like to think I'm not the worst at PC. I just figure, like, let me get top 500 on Xbox, let me just accomplish my goals on console, and then maybe one day I'll play a little bit more on PC. Would I make the whole entire transition where I just scoot console aside? Ideally, no, but I don't know. I figured that's just why a lot of people also subscribe to me. One, for mediocre Overwatch content, but two, for mediocre console gameplay. All jokes aside, though, it's just something that I feel like would be betraying the console community. Even though I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, I don't know. I feel like I'm making it a whole lot more complicated than it needs to be. It's just what I like to play on. This next question comes from Crystal, and they ask, will Hanzo ever get deleted? The day Hanzo gets deleted will be the day I get laid. So never. Another Twitter question comes from Touring Sugar, and they ask, do you think the face reveal has changed anything on the channel, and for better or worse? And the only thing that I've noticed, and this isn't really like a change, the only thing I've seen are comments saying, I can't look at your content the same after seeing what you look like. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm gonna be honest, I took offense to that because I feel like people think that I look gross or I don't live up to their expectations, and now they think of my content in that same exact light. That's exactly why I didn't want to do face reveal. I just wanted to bring Overwatch content, and that's probably also why I don't want to do a face cam, because it takes you away from the content and to my ugly face. So, as terms of change, nothing really, just those kind of comments. This next question comes from YouTube, and they ask, what is your favorite Pokemon? And I'm so glad someone asked this because I've been playing so much Let's Go Pikachu lately that I've just been so addicted to Overwatch, obviously, but also Pokemon, so I can finally talk about my favorite Pokemon, Snorlax. Snorlax is my favorite Pokemon, and I know that might seem like a cliche favorite, but, you know, I grew up with Gen 1 and Gen 2, and Snorlax have been a popular Pokemon because he's always blocking the way, but then in competitive use for a Pokemon, he's a a viable option. He has a big move pool. He can counter a lot. Well, not counter because he is normal type, but basically Snorlax, he's a funny looking Pokemon. He's an awesome battler, and he also has a little bit of story behind it. He's just such a cuddly little dude. You just want to hug him and squeeze him, even though he'll probably eat you. And last and final question comes from Twitter, and they ask, are you going to go to BlizzCon 2019? And you have no idea how bad I want to go to BlizzCon, bruh. I try to go to BlizzCon 2018, but as a featured creator. And some people might be like, well, why didn't you just pay the money to go to BlizzCon? Well, I feel like for BlizzCon at least, people are fans of all the Blizzard IPs, like World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo. And the only thing that I would be interested in is Overwatch. So I feel like I'd be paying a lot of money just to see the Overwatch stuff. And it would be very expensive. But if like I would be a featured creator there, like how most famous YouTubers or famous streamers that play Overwatch or other Blizzard IPs, not to say I'm famous or anything, but how they're able to get sponsored and get their flight taken care of, then I would be able to not only vlog my experience, but also show you guys just I guess my experience over at BlizzCon. So yes, I would love to go to BlizzCon 2019, and especially as a featured creator, because that way I can also watch the World Cup, see the announcements firsthand at BlizzCon. It would be such an amazing trip. And in all honesty, if I don't get to be a featured creator, I'll probably just pay for my own flight, my own hotel to be able to go to BlizzCon, because it would be an experience all on its own. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for the questions. First, I want to thank every single one of you that commented or tweeted at me a question. You know, I couldn't answer all of them, so that's why I picked a few that I figured a lot of people would also have that same exact question. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. If you can't tell, my voice is shot. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for your questions. Thank you so much for the support. I'm gonna go rest my voice now because it is shot AF. But I love you guys. Thank you for 100K, and I'll see you guys later. I love you guys, and bye.